Good afternoon and welcome back to the homestead. How we doing today? Well, it's a beautiful day here this morning. It's Saturday. Had a busy day, or busy week this week between work and getting things on the homestead done here. I haven't had much time for filming, but today I was going to get you guys all caught up. So if you remember last Saturday, well, first off, the last video, we built the little huts there around the property because the fact is we were going to try to farrow out on pasture and let the pigs do whatever they wanted to do. And if you remember, Henrietta, she came down here in the woods and she dug out this spot. And if you recall, we thought she had 10 and then we saw that she only had 9. Well, it turns out that she did have 10. Just after that video there, she did get up and here she did crush 1. So we did lose 1 right away. Then a couple days later, the runt, he was just a little small black one. She crushed him. And then the next day she crushed 1 more. So now she's down to 7. She's down here in the woods. Now, I don't know if that's more common with farrowing them like this out in the open, that you end up more loss. We've never really had a crush problem in the past where we lost piglets in the past. I mean, we only ever, the last time we farrowed, we lost no piglets at all to crush. And so I don't know if with letting them do this more naturally out here in the middle and not having a crush rail and not having all that fancy stuff, that it's just more prone to happen. But right now she has 7. They all seem very, very healthy. They're growing quite fast. But as you can see here, I'll see if I can get one. They are definitely robust little piglets. That's one thing with her. She always throws some very thick pigs is the best of terminology. So Henrietta is our American guinea hog. And if you remember, I talked about that, how we have 3 sows right now. So we have our Kune Kune, and we also have our Meishin. Now our male is a Kune Kune. So those babies there are half American guinea hog, half Kune Kunes. And that's what our ones that we're feeding out right now. The ones that we're growing out. Now we do have that one Kune Kune left. We have some guy that keeps saying he's going to come buy her, or buy him. It's an it. And it's a barrow. We fixed him, but he never shows up. So a couple days ago, the old hut, the big main hut here, our Kune Kune went in there and she claimed this hut for her. And as you can see there, she had 6 piglets. She gave birth to 6. So these are 100% Kune Kunes. The mom's a Kune Kune and the dad's a Kune Kune. None of ours have wattles. I don't know, Jennifer doesn't really like the wattles, so we got more of a we got both the dad and the mom don't have wattles, and it seems like none of the babies have had wattles yet. This is her second litter. She had 4 girls and 2 boys. I think Jen was saying that the all black one there, I think she said was a male, and I think the one orange one that has a black back leg is a male. But they're doing fantastic. They come out here and they run around and everything like that. They seem very active. She had 6 and she kept all 6. She hasn't lost any this time here. Last time she lost one right at birth. We're not sure if maybe Dad came in. It was a cold day, and I think Dad might have come in and was trying to help her keep them warm, and so Dad crushed them. We're not sure. But this time here, all 6 of them are living. They're all doing fantastic. See that one there with the black back leg? So she ended up having 6. Yeah, up here in these farrowing huts, that's where Dad and the other babies are staying. That they decided to move into these 2 huts because that Carla took the main house here that they used to live in. So they all kind of left her alone. Everybody seems to be getting along really, really well. Dad, he likes to go visit his babies, and he hasn't hurt any of them or did anything yet. I've always heard that the Kune Kunes are supposed to be a little more of and the American guinea hogs are supposed to be a lot more tamer breed. They don't really seem to be aggressive. The dads don't seem to want to hurt the babies like in some of the other breeds that you have to separate them out. So we built this other little hut down here below the barn. And I don't know, I'm kind of disappointed in this one here. The thing is Marla, she is our Meishin. And Meishins are supposed to be highly prolific. They are supposed to be, they're supposed to have very large litters and lots of piglets. And so we were hoping, last time she had 9, she was very huge, so we thought for sure that we were going to see a ton of piglets from her. And well, she had 5. So now the thing is Marla here, she is I think she's 50-50, where she is half Kune Kune. She is not 100% Meishin. So these babies they have very little Meishin in them. Even though every year, though, as you can see, you know, from last year's babies and even these ones here, that they do have the big floppy Meishin ears. So these are a Meishin Kune Kune cross. I don't remember what Jen said here. I mean, from guessing, looking, this one here is definitely a male. That one there is definitely a male. The next one's a female. I can't see the last 2. But the one thing, they're not as colorful as they're not near as colorful as the Kune Kunes. You're just going to get the blacks and then the reds, the stripes, just like the American guinea hog. So right now we're up to 18 piglets, and I guess that's it. I mean, we're all done for this breeding season. So we're just going to let them with moms, and hopefully once in about 8 weeks we can sell most of them. And then we'll keep the rest for whatever we're going to go ahead and butcher and process here on the farm. So I think that if we do have a lot of interest in people and wanting us to raise them and process them and sell them to them processed. However, I mean, the one thing about raising these type of pigs is it's such a big commitment, because I mean, most of them, it's a 2-year. Now, Meishins are supposed to be ready to process at about 10 months of age. They're a little bit faster than the Kune Kunes and the American guinea hogs, but like I said, those babies are probably about 75% Kune Kune. There's not a whole lot of Meishin in them. We sold all the first ones off. We kept none of them, so I don't know how they're growing. We do have one friend that did buy one, so I'd like to come over to her house sometime and see how he's doing. So, all right, well, I'm gonna go out. What I think we want to do here is this area out here that we were talking about that I want to clear off to expand the orchard out here. I mowed a lot of the trees down this summer or this spring here, and I've been out here slowly working. Well, I mean, it is just grown up so thick. I mean, it is just, it's impassable now. So, I mean, the main reason we bought animals here on the farm is to let the animals do most of the work. So I think what I want to do is I'm going to throw a fence up around this and bring the animals out and let the animals take care of this. That, you know, this here used to be so thick that you couldn't even walk through it. I mean, you couldn't see more than about 5 feet from me. And then it was just thick with brush and trees, and they were about, you know, 15 feet tall. And it was just completely impassable. And you can see they did a fantastic job of clearing that themselves. So I think what I want to do here is right here, I want to go ahead and set a fence up around this area here and let the animals in here and see what they do. I think I'm going to start with the cows and let the cows eat what they want to. And then the problem with the goats is you have to build such a heavy-duty fence. It has to be woven wire. If, I mean, we first got here, I was like, oh yeah, if I run 3 strands of electric, that'll keep a goat in. No, that doesn't. Goats don't care about the electric fence. They just walk right through it. That is one of the worst things about goats, is trying to keep goats in. So I'm gonna go start getting fencing supplies and start working on this fence, and then I'll check back in with you guys. All right, see you guys in a moment. All right, there's nothing like running, driving fence post into rock, but fortunately that's what our soil is here, mostly just rock. So anyhow, so I got the main outer post in. It is a hot one already. The temperature really rose already. I think it's supposed to get up in the 90s today, so I'm gonna have to work as much as I can here and kind of in between the heat. So I got in the main outer perimeter post there. Now in between there, I'm just going to put plastic posts. They're going to be a little bit easier to drive. So I'm going to continue working on this. I think I'm going to go ahead and sign off on the video though, because I'm going to work on it and then stop, and then work on it and stop, depending on the heat here. I don't want to get too hot and too sweat too much. So it is a pretty warm afternoon here, and I'm hoping to get the cows over here. As you can see, that is just so thick there. They should eat most of it. I mean, I was always told that cows and goats and stuff will only eat what is edible to them. The only way they're going to eat stuff that is not edible to them is if they're starving, and ours are by far not starving. We feed hay every day, plus they have pasture, and I just want to give them some more areas to eat here, and hopefully to clear this out for us to make my life easier as far as getting this orchard put in. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this video, and thanks for stopping by the homestead, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Goodbye. Even with as hot as it was, I was able to get up at least one strand of hot wire the whole way around. I'm working on the second one now. The cows are just loving it out here in the shade eating. It's a lot easier to clean and brush this way than it is out there yourself, running a chipper and a chainsaw. Let it done naturally. Okay.